Hello everyone. So Frankie just got a new shipment today. This is the new blower that's been released, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. And we've been pretty excited for the release of this. The model number is PSBLB01B. And we're going to unbox it right now. Let me put Frankie down. And please excuse the mess. I'm in the middle of making some Christmas presents, and these will end up becoming Ryobified coasters with some bottle cap openers. All right, let's see what we got here. You excited, Frank? Nope, stay here, I don't want you to fall. Good boy. All right. There's 1, 2. You look excited, Frankie. I know I am, huh? What about this one? Look, it's bigger than your mouth. Look at that. There we go. And of course, the manual. Take that out. Toss the box. Let's find a battery. All right. That feels pretty good, huh? Okay. I'm kind of curious to see how it is. Oh, it's got a lock on it. Okay, so, it's a lock to lock it on instead of having to press it to turn it on, Frank. Watch this. So you press it to turn it on. Whoa! Okay, that scared you, huh? Ooh, that sounds like an impact wrench. Wow, that's strong. And then you get a lock. Whoa! I'm testing out this new blower.
By shoving it in your face?
It's a great test. It's pretty strong. You want to try?
I didn't agree to be trying.
Wow, this is awesome.
I don't like it.
Why don't you like it?
Because you're going to wake me up with that, like that huge blower.
Of course.
Well, I don't like
No, we have options, right?
I don't like the options.
I love the options. I love the options. Look at that. Look at that. This is great. It blew my hat off. All right. Now let's try these out. This on. No. Does this come off? Oh, okay. So the small nose comes off. Here's an attachment. Does that go on? Yep, there it goes. Okay. Nice. Okay. Let's put the extensions on. Lock it. I like that lock mechanism. That's pretty cool. And it comes off really easy too. And okay, so just put one. Can we do that? Yep, certainly can. Can extend it further. Okay, so there are 4 pins in here. Oh, that last one doesn't want to go in there very well. Let's see. Oh, there, backwards, huh? Now we can put that. No. Okay, so that just stays like that. Interesting. So for the extension, you can only use this? No, it's nothing. That's interesting. Okay, let's see how this thing does on leaves. Where are you going? All right, I'm going to see how this does on leaves. And I think we got a couple leaves here I can find. Let's try this out. Okay, so this is advertised as being a quiet. It's part of the Whisper series. In fact, on the actual nozzle here, it actually says 59 decibels, measured at 50 feet. Okay, so let's see how noisy it is. I have an app here. It's called, it's a decibel meter. And even though I'm testing the sound right next to it, I'll put it a little further out, at least 50 feet, to see how loud it is. So right now, as it stands, without it on, now with it on, that's pretty loud. Okay, so can you take this, walk out there, and I'll tell you when to stop. And turn it on when I tell you to, okay? Because I'm trying to measure the sound. In fact, why don't you go to the end of the trunk of the silver car? Okay, so right now it's reading at 57 decibels. Go ahead. Okay, turn it off. Off. Okay. All right, thanks. Bring it up. It is loud. All right, so final thoughts on this. I really am impressed with the power. I'm actually a bit surprised of the ergonomics. At first I was thinking that this would not be very comfortable with holding something with this type of shape, especially when you have the extenders on and holding it like a pistol. I thought it might be awkward. I think a better test would be if I was holding it at least a good 20-30 minutes blowing leaves. Maybe that'll give me a better assessment. But for short, quick jobs to cleaning, this was actually very ergonomical. Now, I am disappointed about one thing, which is the noise. So this is supposed to be part of the Whisper series, and it says 59 decibels at 50 feet. I have my daughter way out in the middle of the court there, which was at least a good 60 to 70 feet, and it peaked at 101 or 102 decibels that you saw a few seconds ago. So yeah, the attachments are kind of cool. When you want to use it in a short mode, you remove these extensions, and it comes with 2 attachments. This has a rubber tip on it, so you can probably use that to dry off your car. That's a good feature. And then this one it's a little bit more spread out and cool. But the weird thing about it is you take a look at the end of this extension, and neither one of these fit. It's kind of odd at either end. But if you remove one extension, then you can use the additional tips. So you can't use the tips with the full both extensions on there. Kind of odd. Or maybe I have it backwards. Oh, look at that. I have it back. No. Let's try that again. Do this. No, I don't have it backwards. Yeah. So I was thinking maybe if I put this one on first. Oop, oop. Since the tips do go on the end of this, put this one on first. But no, still can't. Even if you go backwards here. Yeah, that don't work. Let's see. Nope. So that's kind of a little disappointing, and don't wonder why they designed it that way. Anyhow, this is going on for tool only for $99.97 right now at Home Depot, and I'll provide a link in at the end here. So put things in perspective, I want to go ahead and measure the decibels out of a couple of the other Ryobi blowers here. Again, when I just tested this one out a few seconds ago, this was 101 decibels. It may have topped off a little higher than that, but when I turned it around, it was around 101. So we'll just use that number. Now here's the older job site blower here, and let's take a look. With it off, now let's go ahead and turn it on. Ready? Okay, so this one is a tad bit louder, the older one, but for some reason it doesn't seem as loud. Maybe it's because it doesn't have a whining pitch to it, like the new one actually has. And for being a whisper series, only a difference of only 5 decibels. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so now this one right here is, let's test that one last. All right, now we have the mini blower. This is the high volume inflator, which a lot of people use it as a mini blower for your desktop or your workbench. That's what I use it for. And let's see, before I turn it on. Okay, now with it turned on. All right, next. Now this is the most powerful Ryobi cordless blower made. This is the 730 CFM. This is part of the Whisper series. Now let's go ahead and test this one. Before. Wow. Close one. No cracks. Wow, I got lucky. All right. So as you can see, that 40 volt is strong. All right. Just went and spent about 5 to 7 minutes blowing some more leaves off my driveway here before my wife gets home. I put a fresh 4-bar, it had total 4 bars on this 4 amp hour non-HP battery. Granted, I probably should have used an HP battery since this is brushless, but couldn't believe it. 5 minutes and took 2 bars already. Wow, that was quick. Good morning and happy Sunday, everybody. While Frankie's sitting here on top of the workbench watching the first game today for football, I did want to give some final thoughts on this blower that we got yesterday. You know, earlier in the video, showed clips of me. In fact, the whole part of the video was when I first arrived yesterday and actually put it to the test for a good 5-7 minutes. I needed some time to absorb my thoughts on this on a first impression here. Frank, come here, Frank. Say hi to everybody. You don't want to say hi? You're being shy? Okay, there you go, Frank. Okay, so Frank, come on. It's okay, buddy. All right. So I do have some concerns here, and first off, let me say that I'm not sure if these are design flaws 100% or if there actually is a technical issue. So I will be investigating that, and I'm actually hoping some of the things that I do mention here are technical flaws, and it gets replaced with a better one, and I can provide a better report. But before I talk about those technical issues that I think are happening, I'd like to talk about some design concerns that I have here with this. So the first one being is the odd shape. Okay. Now I was a little skeptical at first when I saw this model, but thought, hey, you know, it's not meant for long tasks like blowing a gazillion leaves in the front yard or backyard. But you know what? It came with 2 extension nozzles, and it's got the power that it's more than capable of doing that. And I would imagine if they didn't want you to use this for more than 5 minutes blowing leaves, that it wouldn't provide the extension nozzle. So I think after a while, and this is just my own personal opinion, I think after a while, a good use of 15, 20, 30 minutes, holding that and the shape and the weight, how the weight is distributed amongst the tool, that I would start getting fatigue in my wrist and in my hand. So just consider that. But everybody's different. It may not affect you whatsoever at all. Now the other thing is I want to talk about the trigger button, the power button. So first, the positive. The positive is it has a lock, and that's awesome. I've often wished that the previous job site blower actually had a lock, and you have to hold it the entire time. You can't just press it, lock it, and take your finger off and just let it continue to blow. So that's a really good feature. And just to refresh your memory, the lock, it's not to lock it so for safety. It's a lock that actually holds the speed when you are using it. Now, the speed thing and a lock. So this is the caveat, is it'll only allow you to use that lock when the button is fully pressed in full power mode. So I just really felt like, especially if I'm going to use it around here in the garage to blow sawdust and whatnot, I may not always want it on the strongest mode. And so since it's a variable speed, it would have been nice if that lock would accommodate locking it in any way I want it. So, right, Frank? Yeah, okay. All right, let's see here. Now, the next, I think, is a design flaw. So these 2 long, it's not on here right now, but the 2 long extension nozzles yesterday. So, and it comes with 2 tips. I'm just baffled that you cannot use the 2 tips that the tool came with if you use the 2 extension nozzles. Just doesn't make any sense to me. I've taken it apart. I've tried to put them upside down, backwards, everything. It won't go on. So it makes absolutely no sense to me. But I'll investigate that just a little bit more. Okay, now the technical issues. So first, it is extremely loud. And this being branded as part of the Whisper series, at least that's what it said on the box. It also even has a sticker here that says, yeah, look at that, Frank, 59 decibels. Not even close. So you saw my comparison between the 40 volts, 730 FM, the little mini inflator blower, and also the job site blower. And this was louder than, I believe, all of them. And it's supposed to be basically half of what all those are. Not even close. Now, it did have I think it was derived from a very high-pitched noise that kind of sounded like a jet engine. Didn't it sound like a jet engine or a loud whistle, Frank? So that kind of makes me think, well, maybe there is a technical issue and I need to investigate, because that just doesn't sound quite right. So if it is a technical issue and they do send me a new replacement, and I'll report back, because I really hope I can post an addendum to this and give this thing an awesome positive review on this overall. So wait, Frank, I don't want you getting hurt, dude. Come here. Whoop, whoop. All right, lastly, we got the battery. Although this is a brushless and I should have used an HD battery, I didn't. I did use a relatively brand new non-HP 4 amp hour battery, which is a Ryobi OEM battery. And the reason why I know it's new is because it just came in a recent kit I bought. And it was fully charged, 4 bars. Well, just after 5 to 7 minutes worth of use on this, it dropped all the way down. When I first tested it, it said 1 bar. And then when I quickly checked it again, it went up to 2 bars. But still, okay, he wants down. Say bye, Frank. Bye. So even 2 bars on any tool for 5 to 7 minutes, it's too drastic. At least for me anyway. I don't believe I have any tool in here, and you guys have seen my garage already, where it drains the battery that fast. Not even the soldering guns I have, not even the heat gun, the 18-volt heat gun I have drains that fast. So that's a concern of mine as well. And it may be one of those issues that's linked to the loud winding noise too. But yeah, I don't know. Now, lastly, just before I close this, I do want to say I am very impressed, though, with the power that this thing pushes. This thing pushes some serious air and seriously quick. I really like that feature. So you can just go ahead and get all these other features sorted out. I think it'd be a solid tool. And because of the whole extension nozzle thing, I think this does give opportunity to all you 3D printer designers out there to start thinking of some solutions for that nozzle. Now, if I'm wrong about this nozzle, somebody please let me know. All right. Secret. So I threw the manual into the box, and I told my daughter yesterday, can you burn the box? So I know I can pull up the manual online, and I'll do that later. But for a quick answer, if you have a quick answer and you know I'm doing the nozzles incorrectly and those tips do fit at the very end of it, just drop a comment. All right. Thanks, everybody. Take care.